Dr. Ann Nattinger, you opened a lot of our eyes this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paula.
Harry?
Coming up on 15 minutes past the hour. Next on CBS This Morning, how young is old enough for ballet? Wait till you see the Sleeping Beauties, and be here tomorrow for a Shame on You report on the not-so-yellow pages. Dr. Bob Arnott helps even the most frustrated smoker call it quits. And from around the world, the best in TV commercials.
I'm going to get thin, my wallet's going to get fat.
Introducing the Jenny Craig Weight Loss Rebate.
The rebate is what got me here.
We pay you $1 for every pound you've lost once you reach your goal weight.
96 pounds, $96.
41 pounds, $41 back.
I'm going to be this big in a skirt that short.
Go shopping. What more could you ask for?
Lose all the weight you want for only a $99 service fee. Jenny Craig Weight Loss Centers. Call today.
Looking for a good used car or truck? From luxury to simple transportation, we have a vehicle for you starting at just $29.66. Fords, Chevys, Buicks, Pontiacs, Oldsmobiles, VWs, Toyotas, Nissans, and more. Select from a huge inventory of over 300 used cars and trucks ready for immediate delivery. Nothing held back during this giant used car and truck sale. We'll beat any deal in town, but hurry, it ends this Tuesday at 10 p.m. Gauden Ford and Import Center, where customer service is the main thing. Conveniently located at 2121 East Sahara.
If you're 55 or older, there's a new lifestyle available in the Country Club, at the Meadows, or at Valley View. Complete security and privacy in beautifully landscaped grounds. Wonderful amenities such as a putting green, shuffleboard court, a clubhouse, gathering place for many planned and unplanned activities. Plus scheduled transportation to supermarkets, banks, healthcare, and other destinations. It's the whole new way to live and play. It's the active senior way in the Country Club, at the Meadows, and at Valley View. Built by Westar Development and operated by Summit Management Group.
The King talks about the man he idolized. The only place to see the lost Elvis Presley interview is on the next Inside Edition.
Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 8. It's finally here, a fresh, innovative concept in morning news. Eyewitness News This Morning. Southern Nevada's first one-hour morning newscast with the latest news, weather, and traffic updates every 15 minutes. Finally, news when you want it, when you need it. Start your day with Eyewitness News This Morning at 6 a.m. only on Channel 8, Southern Nevada's 24-hour news source.
It is 17 minutes after the hour. Choreographer Tamar Rogoff doesn't seem very concerned about the old show business warning not to perform with animals or babies. Her new production of Sleeping Beauties is loaded with babies and their parents. The audition was simple. If you could make it to all the rehearsals, you were in the cast. And Tamar Rogoff joins us from the St. Mark's Church in New York, along with Jeff Gallagher and his 6-month-old daughter, Kira, and behind them, most of the rest of the cast. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. If you can hear us.
Yeah, it sounds like there are singing parts in this ballet as well.
Improvisational.
There you go. Tamar, what is this all about? It's loosely based on Sleeping Beauty. How did you conceive of this idea?
Well, it is based on Sleeping Beauty, and it's about nurturing and about, hey baby, quiet down. It's about nurturing at the beginning of life, and the idea, which appears in Sleeping Beauty, that although you love your baby and can nurture your baby and can nurture them all you want, at some point they have to go out in the world and fend for themselves. And out there are many curses that could befall them, as in the story. And my actors here have done a beautiful job in portraying all the various emotions connected with nurturing.
How does this work, though? I mean, is there some actual format? Because with little tiny people that age, there's very little predictability about who might be asleep or who's going to be crying or crawling or who knows what.
Well, any behavior is fine. We've sort of taken into account sleeping, crying. The thing that I never expected, I underestimated their power for humor. They come up with the most wonderful improvisations. And the crying is fine and part of it. We have on the stage with us everything they need. And we have a wet nurse chorus standing by to nurse them. If they're in their father's arms, then they can always get the comfort from their mothers. And I'm you know, I've come to believe that they know the show and they know what they're doing. There's lots of surprises. We started out with 1-month-old babies, and in the course of the month, they start to turn over and become little characters that are less predictable than they used to be. But it's even more exciting. There's always unpredictable stuff in the theater, and this is just proves that...
yeah, this may be the ultimate risk, right?
This is the ultimate risk, yeah.
Jeff, now your daughter, Kira, was cast in this production even before she was born. Tell us that story.
Yes, that's right. Tamar is a neighbor of ours in our summer community where we have a vacation home. And last summer, Tamar dropped by when my wife Paula was very pregnant and asked when we didn't know it was a girl or what her name was going to be, but asked when the baby was going to be born. We said October, and she said perfect. So Kira had the part before she was born, and she's running the risk of outgrowing it before the first performance. She's almost at the point where she knows how to crawl now, and there are parts where she's supposed to be sitting still. As you can see, she doesn't do that all the time, and I have to keep turning her over and holding her down to make sure she doesn't crawl off the stage.
How likely was it that you got involved in all of this? Because you describe yourself as a pretty straight-laced, kind of a conservative corporate lawyer type. What has this whole experience been like for you?
Well, it's been a nice time to actually guarantee that I spend a couple of hours very close to my daughter every week. I am very busy with my work, and I didn't really imagine myself performing in an East Village ballet production a year ago, but it's been wonderful. It's been like institutionalized play, which is just great.
And what surprised you most about all of this?
Well, I think the thing that surprised me the most about this is how much this is like my own work. I'm a litigator, and which is in some sense a performance and a production and a choreographed event as well. And watching Tamar put this on reminds me of what I do every day in my own job. It surprised me that it was that much similar.
Tamar, who's most nervous out there, you or the parents or the babies as you get ready for opening night?
Well, I think we're too busy to be nervous. I'm actually not nervous. I think they're fabulous performers. I think who's nervous is the professional actors and dancers who are part of the cast, because these kids are very hard to perform with. Everything they do is so natural and real that any false move on the part of an actor or a dancer really shows out. So I think perhaps the most professional people involved are the most nervous.
A different kind of Sleeping Beauties. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's been fun. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Paula?
The thing that made me a little nervous was that dip when they had a little baby upside down there for about 10 seconds. 22 minutes after the hour. Stay with us for some new ways to garden, how to get lots of green out of very little room, and Tony winner Judd Hirsch makes a return to Broadway.
Starting tomorrow, the big countdown begins. You get 48 hours of outstanding buying power during Gary Hanna Nissan's total inventory sell-off. Get big-time savings on Sentras, only $79.95, or hard-body trucks, just $69.95. There's no hassles, there's no guesswork, because all of the prices are clearly marked. The 48-hour countdown to incredible savings starts tomorrow, but only at Gary Hanna Nissan on East Sahara and Boulder Highway.
When a style is in for one season, it's a fad. When it's popular for a couple of seasons, it's a trend. And when it endures for years, it probably came from Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Now at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, you can save on more than 1,000 custom order fabrics, which means our furniture can adapt to any surrounding, not to mention any budget. Hurry in and save on all custom orders.
Teamwork, Southwest Airlines employees are consistent winners. Every day, working together as a team to provide the best service possible. And as a sponsor of this year's game, Southwest Airlines is proud to put our teamwork to the test, have some fun, and let our spirits fly high at Corporate Challenge 1992.
Prime Cable
Bill's free instant install special is an instant hit. And why not? By calling 383-4000 before 2 o'clock today, we'll install cable, HBO, and Cinemax in your home, and the installation is absolutely free. And we promise to have you installed by tonight, guaranteed, or we'll give you HBO and Cinemax free for a full month. Call Prime Cable now at 383-4000 for your appointment. Our operators are here right now to take your call. The number again is 383-4000. You'll have cable by tonight.
Paula Francis and Gary Waddell, anchors for the #1 news team in Southern Nevada, bringing you stories that affect your lives.
Our viewers are concerned. They want more than headlines, and we give them an in-depth examination of the news.
For up-to-date information, the latest breakthroughs, and why it's happening, watch Paula Francis and Gary Waddell, journalists involved in their community who understand the news.
There's only one way to be the news leader for such a long time. We have the most complete coverage of the news every day.
Watch Paula Francis and Gary Waddell. Watch the best Eyewitness News at 6.
Good morning, I'm Charlotte Evans. Let's get a check of the current traffic conditions. Here's Cindy Harper. Cindy?
Good morning. We're experiencing some delays on I-15 in the north and southbound direction in the vicinity of Spring Mountain. Also on Spring Mountain Road itself, right underneath I-15, flag persons are directing traffic, so you can expect intermittent delays throughout the course of the day as they move the heavy equipment back and forth through the area. US 95 looks good through the construction zone. No reported accidents or tie-ups right now. Action Page has Motorola voice and digital pagers, nationwide coverage, plus toll-free to Laughlin Bullhead. Airtime as low as $10 a month. Action Page, 873-PAGE. I'm Cindy Harper on Eyewitness News 8.
Thanks, Cindy. Throughout Southern California, residents are trying to assess the damage caused last night by a strong earthquake. The trembler measured 6.1 on the Richter scale and was felt as far away as Arizona and Nevada. It was centered near Palm Springs and caused damage to desert communities and some minor injuries. This morning, officials are worrying if a bigger earthquake could be on the way. The State Office of Emergency Services in California warned residents to be ready for a strong quake that could follow last night's trembler. The shaker hit at about 9:50 p.m., just 2 hours after a smaller earthquake rocked the area. Damage estimates are expected to climb throughout the day. By the time the shock waves traveled from the epicenter in California to here in Las Vegas, the earthquake was reduced from 6 on the Richter scale to between 3 and 3.5. That is still significant for our area, and it was very visible on seismographic equipment at UNLV. Dr. David Wheatus says there is a reason why such a strong quake caused so little damage.
One of the reasons that we felt it so strongly here in Las Vegas was because the fault was centered in very, very hard rock. And when a break occurs in very hard rock, we feel the shock. The damage, on the other hand, is much less.
Dr. Wheatus says, by contrast, the 1988 earthquake in San Francisco was centered in soft ground, which is why there was such widespread damage. Aftershocks and even another full-on quake are possible this morning. We'll be right back with your Pfister forecast.
The following is a public notice. Fletcher Jones dealerships inventory sellout. Starting today, all 8 Fletcher Jones dealerships in Las Vegas are selling out their entire new and used car and truck inventories to earn additional factory allocations. Not just a few select models, but the entire inventories from the 8 Fletcher Jones dealerships at 3 convenient locations. No price leaders, no gimmicks. Prices will be clearly posted on the windows. Prices will not be advertised because they are so low they would definitely disrupt the business conditions of competitors. This sale positively ends Saturday, 10 p.m.
Get ready for tremendous savings because right now, May Company is getting ready for its spectacular anniversary sale, the biggest store-wide sale of the season. Getting ready in every corner of every May Company store with up to 50% savings store-wide for you, your family, and your home. When May Company opens Friday at 9 a.m., be ready to save like never before. It's the biggest store-wide sale of the season, the spectacular anniversary sale, starting Friday at May Company.
Mark Pfister joins us now with this Pfister forecast.
Thank you, Charlotte. Looking real nice. Currently partly cloudy, 64 degrees. Today's forecast, sunny, a little bit warmer, a high of 86. Then, by tonight, we're looking for fair and mild skies. You'll see some stars, overnight low of 55. Tomorrow, it's going to be a hot one. Sunny and warmer, hot for this time of year. 90 degrees. It's spring, folks. 90. Well, let's call it 89. It doesn't sound as hot as 90, but don't be surprised if tomorrow gets up to 90 degrees. I'm Mark Pfister. There's your Pfister forecast. Charlotte?
Thanks a lot, Mark. More news in an hour right here on Channel 8, Southern Nevada's 24-hour news source.
Maryland Square Shopping Center proudly announces the grand opening of the Sports Authority this Thursday, April 23rd. Grand opening Sports Authority at Maryland Square.
Why are so many people saying yes to Toyota? Because Toyota quality is such a great value. Like Toyota Tercel, America's lowest price sedan. And the Toyota Corolla, easy to maintain for just pennies a day. Your Toyota dealers are out to get thousands to say yes to Toyota. With a huge selection, big dealer discounts, option package savings, and the year's best deal. Say yes and save.
I just said yes to my second Toyota.
Yes! Can we make a new Toyota a great deal for you?
Yes, we can!
At Jack Beaker Nissan, you can lease a new Maxima for only 36 months at $299 a month. And it's only at Jack Beaker Nissan on West Sahara at Decatur.
Do you understand that having something that's no good for you?
Next to Ralph.
Today at 3 on Channel 8.
Vacation pictures from abroad without leaving home. The story tonight.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way.
Those are the folks at Columbia College in Jefferson City, Missouri, with our theme this morning. You went to college in Missouri.
Not far from there in Columbia, Missouri, right around the corner.
How about that?
Thanks to them and to KRCG-TV. Of course, I'd like to be down there to experience the springtime there. There's no place more beautiful than spring in the Ozarks and around there, a little bit north of there.
Stevens College, right?
Stevens College.
Gotcha. Welcome back to CBS This Morning. I'm Harry Smith.
Good morning, everybody. Again, I'm Paula Zahn.
Millions of people garden, and others would like to if they had the space. Straight ahead, in this half hour, how to have a great garden, even if you don't have very much room. We'll show you how to do it.
Earlier this morning, Dr. Bob Arnott reported on ways you can stop smoking. Want a good reason to quit? Women who smoke are twice as likely as non-smokers to have low birth weight babies. In a couple of minutes, we're going to talk about that problem and what it means with the president of the March of Dimes. Then, actor Judd Hirsch. He's been a Tony winner, an Emmy winner, and an Oscar nominee. Now he's back home on Broadway in a new play. We'll be talking with him.
Good actor, good play, too.
Haven't had a chance to catch it. You saw it the other night.
Saw it the other night. We'll have him in
You
here
had
in
a
just a
Jackie
couple of
O
minutes.
sighting that night, too, didn't you, as well?
Everybody.
Joan Rivers, Jackie O.
Star-studded night. Time now for this morning's news. Even by California standards, it was a pretty good jolt last night. A big earthquake, which measured 6.1 on the Richter scale, left its mark throughout a wide area. Hardest hit were desert towns close to the quake's epicenter, 110 miles east of Los Angeles. The quake caused some minor injuries and mostly minor damage. Tremors were felt as far away as Arizona and Nevada. Searchers continue to comb through the wreckage of yesterday's deadly explosions in Guadalajara, Mexico. A 10-block section of the city was torn apart by a series of sewer line blasts. Nearly 200 people are known dead and thousands are injured. Angry residents say they warned officials of a strong gas odor for 2 days